Growth hack your brand and then destroy anything that moves.
You need to grind hustle your platform manifest.
It's all about entropy, elegance, and finance. Blockchain.
Invest in real estate every day.
Invest in meal estate every morning.
You need to mind hack the mind shackles that are grabbing your mind. Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a day. Eat the man who just fished and you'll eat for a lifetime.
Spartans!
Business.
Money hacks. Hello everybody and welcome.
Our arrows will blot out the sun. Wait, why did you include me saying why? Okay,
I thought you wanted to.
Why? But that makes even less sense.
What do you mean?
It doesn't make any sense that you would put. It made no sense at first.
Well, I figured,
and now it makes absolutely no sense.
I don't understand. I honestly don't understand at this point. Our hours will block out the sun. We have you saying it. It's actually much better now.
It's awful.
Okay. I don't know.
Anyway,
we'll just figure it out later. Okay, welcome to Business Money Hacks.
I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn.
And I'm Bridge Stewart.
Today we're going to be talking about something out of this world, as you would say. We're going to be focusing on space and space technology.
The exploration of space, the beauty of space, the wonder of space.
When I look up at the sky at night and I have my retinas in, I think about the vastness of space and what other creatures would live out there. What other animals or what other aliens?
I personally don't believe in that. The Bible strictly states that that's not a thing. Thy humans are thy only earthbound creatures of his universe.
Is that a quote from the Bible?
That's John 12. Yeah.
Genesis. I assume that was the beginning of the Bible. You would know better than I would.
It's towards the beginning.
Okay.
And who is John again?
He was a very powerful saint, extremely powerful. He's, the more powerful saint, the better, in my opinion.
Let me ask you something else. Do you know what the difference between astrology and astronomy is?
One has to do with like crystals or something, right?
Yep. Great. So,
interesting. I remember my first experience thinking about space. I remember going outside as a young boy in Connecticut and looking at the moon as a young child and seeing the moon and asking my dad, "Oh, what's actually on the moon?" And my dad said, "It's a giant octopus that's if you stay out too late, it's gonna get you. It's gonna wrap its tentacles around you and get you. So don't go out at night."
Interesting. So you didn't have at all any nightlife or anything like that while you were kind of younger, when you were the most virile?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, no, I was always worried that the octopus was going to get me.
Interesting. And I suppose God would have created that octopus to keep you inside.
A godly octopus wrapping its tentacles around my teenage self was a nightmare I constantly had as a youth.
Okay, well, I want to get kind of into technology at this point. We have a special guest. His name is Gavin Gunners. And Gavin, you worked at NASA, or you worked at SpaceX, or where did you come from?
Both. I worked at both, actually. I've worked at 3 different agencies throughout my history. Mm-hmm. Most recently, SpaceX for the past 8 or so years. For that, I worked at NASA as a consultant for their various rocket program and astronaut training for deep space missions. And then before that, I worked at Jet Propulsion's laboratory in Pasadena, where I helped develop various technologies for the Mars Curiosity rover and Opportunity.
What do you think the Earth is made out of? Well, I know you're a space guy, but Earth is in space, I assume.
Yeah, it's made out of...
I think so.
It's made out of all kinds of stuff, various atoms and elements that have forged together to make everything you see. We're all made of star stuff. As was most famously said.
Who's that?
It was Jake. Jake.
Jake.
It was
I
Jake.
think it was Jake.
Jake
Yeah,
Greggs.
That's right. That's right. His name always escapes me.
Jake Greggs.
Greg's Carl Sagan, I think.
Oh, I always Carl Sagan didn't say
Wait,
that.
Carl Sagan's a football player.
Carl Sagan played for the 49ers.
Yeah.
I think it was Jake Greggs.
I think it was Jake.
Jake
Jake.
Gregg.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I always confuse them. Yeah. Sorry. It's been tough being on the run so long.
So you went to school for rocket science?
I did. I went for rockets. Yes, I studied aerodynamics and mechanical engineering at Pocono State University.
Wow.
They have a university in the Poconos. Huh?
They do. Pocono Tech is where I specialized in mechanical engineering. SpaceX was probably my least favorite place I've worked at. That was
I can understand
But,
why Elon Musk is a monster. So
yeah, dude. Well, you don't get me started, brother. Yeah.
well, I know him personally, and
Oh, do you?
yeah, well, he and I would.
You have a little bit of history
We
with
have a
Elon
little history.
Musk.
We used to be good friends, best friends actually, and then there was a little incident where I had spoken to some of his concubines, and he doesn't like that. Elon Musk is very protective. I spoke to one of them, and he
Controlling
He's
guy.
a very controlling guy. He's a very controlling guy. He likes to put trackers on his women. Excuse me. He likes to put trackers on his women.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand, but it's like I had tracked the wrong one. I put a tracker on one of his. So
You tracked one of his concubines.
I tracked one of his. So he was very upset that we
Oh
had an
my
argument.
God.
It did not end well, and hence the mask.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing my mask.
That's,
Oh,
I mean,
that's the mask.
What he likes to do also is that we were at a party, and he had taken a martini glass and put acid in there, and you know, thrown it in my
chucked it
face.
at your
He
Chucked
got,
it at my
he
face.
got you with the acid.
He got me with the acid, yeah. And that's my move, too.
Yeah.
Which kind of upsets me because I was about to do that.
Oh, did he
to
steal
him.
your move? Is that what you're saying? That he stole from you?
yeah, I mean, like, that's totally, I mean, that's rough, getting acid thrown in your face. But, you know, at the same time, I can see it from his point of view. If you were to track my concubine, it would be hard for me to not start throwing acid willy-nilly.
I understand why he did it. I'm more upset that now my skin is completely burned.
Yeah, he lives by a very strict code. And when that code is broken, he will throw acid in your face.
Yeah.
There's something pure about that attitude.
That's not a man who lives by a code.
So you've had a relationship with Elon.
You could
worked
say
for
that.
him, or
you
you've
could
worked
say
with
that.
him, and what?
Worked for him. He basically blacklisted me from every space agency, which is a sin with my resume. But technically, yes, we worked together, is what I would like to say more. I was very much on the ground floor back in 2002 when we were just starting. He approached me at NASA. He knew that I was a high priority engineer over there. He liked some of my ideas. We talked, we met. He seemed like a nice guy, you know. He brought me in. He had all these exciting new ideas about the future of space. And why aren't we going to the moon?
Yeah.
It was like so exciting and invigorating, and he got everyone pumped up around him. But then things just got scary over there. It got dark and constricted, and he built this pyramid of lies of everyone else's ideas and put himself on top. And so many
He
people.
stole your ideas.
He stole more than a few ideas. There are so many lives at stake. This is so important to humanity to get this right. If we go out there, we could find a way to maybe get the CO2 out of our atmosphere. We could discover new elements that could help cure diseases. There's so much to learn out there. People like Elon Musk are just lying through their teeth about what they really want. His AI investments, his rocket investments, it's all just to get him away from the rest of the world and the poor, and he just wants to go eventually just live off on his own with the rest of the super rich elite. It's just
Okay.
Bridge, you look like you're getting hot and heavy.
I will admit, I do dabble in the artificial intelligence. I love artificial intelligence, and you know, if you want me to be fully transparent, I can't wait for the day that we meld our minds with artificial intelligence so that we can become these super steel beings, because steel is the strongest of metals. And if we were able to combine our brain with an AI, we could become these powerful beings that traverse space.
Well, they say that's actually what's going to happen is eventually, you know,
Wow.
It won't be us, these weak flesh beings that'll be exploring other galaxies. It'll be our minds downloaded type thing, and then we send this steel or whatever element that possibly, I mean, steel might not be the strongest element out there. We just haven't discovered it yet.
I think it's.
Well, we don't know that.
I think
space
it's the
is pretty
strongest.
big. All right, well, that's debatable. But I think we're going to use whatever we find out there and download our intelligence into it, and that will be exploring the cosmos for eternity. So.
Something that I'm always interested in. I'm a bit of a Musk head. Sorry for you getting kind of steamrolled with your ideas and with your acid attack. But when did things really start taking a turn for the worse at SpaceX?
Well, when I started noticing some coworkers of mine, they just stopped showing up to work. They lived at SpaceX.
Disappeared?
Their life was SpaceX. Johnny Kasecki, who is one of the most brilliant men I've ever known. We went to Poke Tech together. That guy lived and breathed SpaceX. He lived and breathed rockets. And then one day, he just stopped showing up. I went over to his house. It was all closed up. Car's gone, just gone. It's like he just skipped town. And I remember the day before that, he was having an argument. I remember him having an argument with Elon. The day, and I feel bad saying this now. I mean, I've kind of been in hiding for a while because I haven't really wanted Elon to find me because I'm obviously concerned.
Well, that makes sense.
Anyway, but I just remember him having an argument with Elon. I thought that's odd. That's peculiar. They never fought. And then I never saw him since that fight. And he looked so scared and morose walking out of the building that day.
How did Elon look the next day?
Did he look younger?
He was whistling and skipping down the halls like it was he just had the best day of his life.
Yep, people disappearing, you looking younger and having
I don't know about looking younger. I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, there's a technique that Elon and I did speak about where there's a cream that we create that keeps you from aging in a certain way, and it's made out of the bone marrow of undesirables, I would say.
The youth cream.
The youth, yeah.
Well, you and Elon have had a lot of dealings. I didn't realize.
Elon and I were attached at the hip.
Back in his PayPal days? What, was this a while back? When was it?
Yeah, he was working at PayPal, and what was PayPal? Yeah, he was working at PayPal. We would send each other PayPal cash to each other, and we would click the gift because if you hit it's a gift, then they won't take money out of it.
That's the great thing about working at PayPal. You can just sort of pay your pals however much you want.
I love PayPal.
Sucks it's not around anymore.
So yeah, Elon and I would give each other ideas, and I'd show him my cream, and I wish the cream would work on these. But he used a certain type of acid. I don't know what he put in it. Maybe he put steel in it. I don't know.
If I could get my hands on that, I would.
Well, I'll make the creams for you. You're just going to have to send me the bodies.
Well, that won't be hard.
Yeah.
just work at SpaceX.
Yeah. You joke, but
So you suspect that people that cross Elon Musk, they disappear.
away.
There's other incidents of this. You're claiming.
there's a whole. If anyone would actually do the digging, and I'm finally now working on my own dossier on him behind the scenes, and that's kind of what I've been doing now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what Elon did to taking coworkers and turning them in and murdering them and turning them into a youth cream of some sort is awful. It's terrible. At the same time, if I was in his situation and running a space organization and I wanted to take their ideas, I mean, I'd do it. That's the way to do it and kind of stay young. He's a young looking genius. I wouldn't say he's the equivalent of like a Jesus figure. I would say he's more like Egyptian Ra, just his blazing sunlight, just flashing us mortals with his genius.
Musk he's building a small army, I believe.
You're on the run. Have you had any sort of encounters with these Musk shock troops?
A lot of them are already his early AI. He's already got full humanoids running around out there in public, and nobody fucking knows.
He's got operational humanoids?
I'm telling you, I've seen the operational humanoids. Wow. That is a real...
Bridge, why don't you have operational humanoids? You've been talking about that for years.
I've been working on it for the last 10 years, these operational humanoids.
Well, I've seen some of your prototypes, and they don't seem
that's
to be...
impressive.
They don't seem to be quite functional.
They aren't functional. They keep falling down. They are... I'll be honest, they're heavy. They're made of steel. I refuse to make them out of anything else because it's the strongest metal. Bullets can't penetrate that. That's the ultimate goal.
Bullets are the strongest weapon, and steel and
bullets are the strongest weapon. Steel is the strongest metal. It's a scientific fact that you can't break steel with bullets. This is a truth that I live by. And thus, I want a steel exoskeleton encapsulating my brain. That's the goal with these humanoid robots. And I'm still not there. They always keep falling down. And Elon Musk, I guess, has solved the problem, unless he's not making steel, which would be suicidal.
Your metallurgy skills are impressive. You know your stuff. I'm impressed.
I dabble in. I'm deeply knowledgeable about metal, all metals, especially steel.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
Nope.
Do you think that, obviously everyone knows Tesla cars. Do you think that he's possibly tracking people in his cars? Can they turn into giant robots?
But you don't have
Could
to be
they
a
transform?
conspiracy theorist to figure that one out. Of course. That's a no-brainer that every Tesla you buy, he is mapping everywhere you go, everything you say, every breath you take, everywhere you look. He's tracking your eye movements. That is just a machine that just reads every little thing that you do, including probably your brain waves. And he wants nothing more than just get off this planet and take an entire army of new AI with all these people's genomes and just build his own human race that he can control.
He could create a second Earth, where
Yeah.
a duplicate Earth with the same people living on
I tell you
another
again,
planet, and
this guy-
suck their bone marrow
Again,
and make him stronger and younger. He could live
Yeah,
forever.
again, I don't know about.
If you could get creams from every human on the planet, you could throw yourself out into space, which is what he's trying to do, and live forever in space. No one can hear you scream, and just live like some sort of cosmic being, just screaming into the ether, and a tiny meteor, a human meteor, just hailing through space for eternity.
You're not wrong. This guy's just trying to get out.
What were you about to say? I cut you off there.
When?
I was talking about screaming into space and living forever.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of money recently into interdimensional space travel, basically trying to essentially rip a hole in the space-time continuum. And he's doing it in Hawthorne, California. Now, that's a big population right there. It's like pulling the plug on the drain. And all of a sudden,
all of existence just falls into a
possibly,
black hole.
Or at least all of Los Angeles. That's a lot of people. And if the gravity's strong enough, it could literally be a reverse Big Bang. And
So things could end up getting sucked into this wormhole.
Yes, exactly. And who knows where it would go.
Is that blasphemy? I don't know. What does that mean to you?
This goes beyond certain scriptures in my biblical take. It's interesting that you bring that up because a lot of kids at a young age, they say I want to be an astronaut or something. And a real inspirational movie for me, what got me interested in space, was Event Horizon. That's a movie that I feel like we should be showing all kids. Show them, hey, we can go through wormholes. Nothing to be scared of. Sure, there's a couple things that might come out the other end.
What were those things coming in Event Horizon? Do those exist?
I don't know. I feel like we could harness that sort of energy, or just, why not? Why not take the risk and let space demons come out and see what they have to offer us.
Yeah, they might have wondrous ideas to impart upon humanity.
To show us.
You could argue there were space demons, actually, if you go down that road, where we came out the side of a wormhole, possibly. They think the Big Bang is just a black hole that opened up in another universe and just spat out everything that is here, like a big balloon. And so we are just evolutionized space demons from another dimension. So it's up to you to be a good demon or a bad demon.
Or to be a strong demon.
Yeah. I like to imagine being a demon and covering myself in steel, the strongest metal on Earth and in the universe.
Debatable.
Yeah, I think it's a good outlook to have on life is, this constant match of wits as to who the strongest demon is. That's often how I look at my business dealings.
Well, is there anything else that, Gavin, you'd like to speak of before I I send you off into the ocean.
Sure. I guess my final before you send me off screaming into the ether, into the vast nothingness of space, I just be careful. Like, keep your eyes open out there. Like the Elon Musks of the world, the Jeff Bezos of the world, these guys, they seem like these titans of industry that are doing all these beautiful, amazing things for humanity. They're not. And you got to look deeper. You got to wake up. You got to be smarter. These guys are just in it for themselves. And if we let them just keep running amok and stealing everyone's ideas and building themselves up on the broken backs of hundreds of thousands of people before them, then it's going to be too late by the time we realize what we've let them do. And just everyone, while you're looking up, look up for the right reasons. Look up because the skies are beautiful and the universe is vast and amazing. And let's make sure we're around to see it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've pretty much disagreed with everything you've said today, but that's nice. Anyway, tomorrow. What are your opinions?
I've been trying to hold it in for this whole time. I mean, Gavin, you and I, we agree that we agree to disagree. I hate Elon Musk with a fiery passion, and you do for different reasons. I respect the man. I think he's doing great things for the planet, and I think he's going to do great things for humanity. It's just really and right now we just have a little quarrel, and I think we're going to get over it at some point. But
you told me on the phone that this was going to be about we were going to be talking about the bad stuff, like this guy's. You're really gonna just switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
wow. All right, man.
I'm not really feeling the humanity is one big love fest, and I think that's
that sounds psychotic.
That sounds psychotic.
To be honest.
All right, guys. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. It's been a real blast.
Yeah.
Well, it's been Business Money Hacks with Gavin Gunners. I've enjoyed having you on the show, I suppose. Stay tuned next week.
All right. Now that he's gone, I did put a tracker on him, and I'll send that info to
Elon, right?
Yeah. This
of
guy,
course. This sort of philosophy can't be continued in this sort of in a sane society. I was trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
I wanted to strangle him.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him.
I'm gonna make a cream out of that fucker.